This is IBP Event Recap.
Hello everyone and welcome to another IBP Event Recap. Last weekend we had our Iron Boy Nationals. It was held at Muzz's Gym in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. It was a 3-day event on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a bunch of guests with us today, and as I say your name, if you could just say hello so everybody knows your voice, that would be great. So first we have Miss Megan Smith. She's a 198 lifter. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing good. We have our announcer for Iron Boy, Ashley Payne, or JK, Ashley Macon. She's here.
Once a pain, always a pain, you know.
Then we have Cody Smith. He's a 148 lifter.
Hey.
And we have Keith Payne. Maybe.
You hear me now?
There you go.
I'm here. I just had to turn my microphone on. It's funny how that works. Good evening, y'all.
And then we have 198 lifter, because I forgot about him, Michael Burleson.
Hey.
Hey, Michael.
Well, overall, how do you guys think the meet went?
It was good. I had a great time like I always do. So
It was ran excellent. Had a great time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There's a couple lifts I wish I could have done better on, but I'm proud of what we did, what I got finished.
Well, Megan, we'll start with you. What were your numbers for the weekend?
290 squats, 145 bench, and 240 deadlift, I believe.
All right, and that was in the Open Raw 198 division?
Yeah.
All right, so what lifts do you wish went different?
Well, my goal was a 300 squat, and it was my third attempt. Of course, I bombed, but I got 290, so it's only 10 pounds less. I'm proud that I got that, but I did want to hit 300. That was my big goal for the meet.
Okay. And you said you pretty much hit all PRs, though?
I did, yeah. Well, no, not the deadlift. The bench and the squat I did, though. The deadlift, we had to essentially start from scratch about a month away because of some back issues that we had to fix. So deadlift wasn't a PR, but the squat and the bench were.
All right. Well, I guess your back's feeling better?
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, it's just new form for deadlift, kind of dropped my numbers a little bit, but I'm proud of the squat and the bench.
That's good. Cody also lifted on Saturday. He was actually our best lifter for the day. So, Cody, what did you hit Saturday?
Squat, we finished with 345. Bench was at 330. And deadlift finished at 465.
And this was in the intermediate 24 to 34 raw 148. And Cody, I think we figured out that you were only 50 or 55 pounds away from elite total.
Super close.
Yeah, getting close.
Yeah.
Man, that was awesome. I knew I was watching during the meet. I'm saying to myself, this guy is getting close.
Yes.
I tell you what, you're right there on the edge of hitting that elite. That's a fact.
Took a lot of time and prepped hard for that. So.
Well, it showed. You're looking strong.
Michael was telling me a story about how they were trying to guess your weight all day.
Yeah, we had him pegged, man. We thought, I don't know if he's 181. I don't know. He might be 165. I don't know. He's awful big. And then we found out he's 148, and I was like, man, there's no way.
A lot packed into 148 pounds.
Yeah, there is. He carries it very well.
Thank you.
How much weight did you have to cut for the competition?
About 3 weeks out, I was 160 pounds. Cleaned up my diet a little bit, got down maybe within the week of the meet, I was down to about 150, 154, I think. And then I shed about 2 or 3 pounds on Thursday and then drop the remainder on Friday to get to 147.8.
Wow.
Well, that's getting it done.
Yeah.
That it.
You did a good job of putting it all back because your performance was great.
Seriously.
I've got a great group of guys that I train with who have been doing it for a long time. They really helped me out. So.
Well, a lot of the time when people cut that much weight that close to the meat, they lose a lot of their strength. But you did really great. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And Mr. Burleson, you lifted. Were you in the open this time around too?
Yeah. I just went ahead and went open.
Open 198, and you upped your elite total. But what numbers did you hit?
580 squat, 405 bench, and I don't want to say my deadlift, but 515 deadlift.
So I know you were wanting to shoot for the top total at 198. Did you get it?
No, it was I needed that. I just went ahead and jumped to that 545 and on deads, and the way my opener moved, I thought I had it, but I don't know, it just wasn't there. So
yeah,
I went 2 runs at it, so it just wasn't there for the day. Which, I mean, in training I pulled 550 fairly easy, but I switched some things up on my deadlift setup, and I probably should have changed. I mean, that was about 10 weeks out, and I tried moving my stance in, which I thought was helping me, but I don't know if it was or not. I've just got to try to start back over and just kind of relearn some things. I really need to figure out how to sumo, but I don't know. These short arms don't help me much. I gotta figure something out. But but my bench, that's the first time I went 3 for 3 on bench in a while. Actually, that was the lift I was most concerned about because I've been having some issues with my shoulder, but it's finally got 405 on the board in the meet, so I was very happy about that. So.
Yeah, man, we talk about it all the time. It really doesn't matter what weight class you are. If you can bench over 400 pounds, you're doing pretty good.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's true. And this time I was actually, I think maybe I was almost a pound lighter. I weighed in at 196.6, but I was in April. I think I was just a pound, so I was 197 then. But to actually add a little bit of weight on my bench press and being lighter, I know it's only a pound, but in my head it sounds good. It may not sound that good when I'm saying it, but in my head it does. So.
Okay. And Megan, this was only your second competition, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you think you improved a bunch?
Yeah, so I dropped, so I stayed in the same weight class, but I dropped, a lot of weight on my deadlift because my first meet I was able to do, I think it was 275. So I dropped weight on my deadlift for this meet, but my total went up overall by 25 pounds. So I'm pretty proud of, what I did accomplish with the second one.
Awesome. When did you start training? When did you start powerlifting?
Just in general, probably about 2 years ago. I didn't start competing until this past February.
Okay.
But I started, Marshall, you guys know Marshall. He started training me about 2 years ago, helping me kind of learn the 3 main movements and trying to help me program and stuff like that.
I mean, those are really good numbers to have just started 2 years ago. So that's awesome.
But yeah, everybody stay consistent. I think everybody will keep on moving.
Seriously.
The plan.
Yeah, that's one thing I enjoy is meet just the year after year, just seeing how much everyone else improves. So that always gives me a little bit of extra drive to keep pushing myself.
So what are the next goals, Mike?
I would really like to hit 1,600 at 198. That's a lot easier to say than it is to do. But
yeah, so you plan on staying 198?
I mean, that's just something I've just really got to work on, and it's never been my favorite lifts, and I've always neglected it. And I understand that wraps are going to add a few pounds to your squat, and my sleeve squat and my deadlift are pretty close, but I would like for my deadlift to be up kind of comparable to what I can squat. So.
Yeah, just keep working at it. The hard thing is going to be staying at 198.
Yeah,
I think for you, because I think you're going to grow some more.
Yeah, I had to actually, let's see, Wednesday morning I was right at 209, and I had a bunch of training and the way work and stuff's been going. I forgot to start my water load, so I just kind of only had a couple of days to get it in, but my scale's way off, so I kind of know where I need to be at on my scale now. That way I don't have to drop so much. But
yeah, you were closer than you thought.
Yeah, my scale, I was borderline. It kept bouncing back and forth. I was either like 197.8 or 198.4, and I thought, I hope it's on that bottom end. And I get there and I'm a couple pounds light, so.
Yeah.
And Cody, man, you got to come back and get this elite.
Hey, I'm going to do my best. I still haven't decided if I'm going to come back and do 148 or if I'm just going to enjoy eating and stay at 165.
Right.
Well, do you have a certain meet picked out you want to do?
I don't know. I was asked if I was going to do, I think there's one in February. Is that the state?
Yeah, well, the state's in April, but we do a full power in February.
Okay. Yeah, I was asked if I was going to do that. I don't know that I want to do one that soon, but maybe April.
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah.
I think April and October are about 6 months apart. Like if you plan on just hitting 2 or so a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So Cody, where are you from?
I'm from I'm around Asheboro, North Carolina.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that was fair. That wasn't too far of a drive for you Saturday.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Do you train with some other folks over there? Or you train by yourself, or how does that work?
When I'm getting ready for a meet, I'm usually with a group of guys. They don't all necessarily compete anymore, but they've definitely got a lot of knowledge, and I enjoy learning and feeding off of those guys. So Mike Brady, my spotter up there, he's one in particular. I don't know if you know him.
I know Mike. He used to lift a lot of AAU, I believe.
Yep.
We've crossed paths over the years. There's a lot of folks over around Asheboro that did a lot of AAU stuff in the past.
Yeah, Jim Brown and Augustine, Bobby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all those guys.
Yeah. Well, you got a good group there. You can work. Where do you train at over there? What gym do you train at?
Total Fitness.
Total Fitness. I don't believe I've ever been over there. We used to go to some AAU stuff over at the high school. I don't know if they still do anything over there or not. I can't remember what high school it was. But Asheboro used to be a hotbed though for powerlifting back late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sure did.
And if it's the same Jim Brown I'm thinking of, he's Masters Elite with us.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he still lifting?
I see him every now and then. Not as much as I used to, though.
Okay.
Yeah, he is awful strong. And he's fairly tall guy, isn't he?
Yeah, somewhat. He's really thick through the back and the chest, man. I'm telling you, he's something to watch.
He is. I'm telling you what, he's. I think we saw him over at McAdenville. It's been several years ago, but he's still getting it. Really good lifter.
Yep.
Well, we can highlight some other people from the competition. Emily Sparks lifted in her first competition. She was junior 20 to 23 raw in the 114 class. She had a 225 squat, a 120 bench, and a 235 deadlift. Her total was 580, and I believe that was only 40 pounds off from the 114 class elite total. And she trains up with y'all, doesn't she, Michael?
Yeah, she goes to our gym. I knew she was close. I didn't realize she was that close. But
do you know how long she's been training?
I think she's been working out for, I really don't want to say, maybe a couple of years. But she just recently maybe 3 months ago or so decided she wanted to try powerlifting. So she's definitely, she'll get there pretty quick. I'd say within her next meet. I'm not sure if she'll do the February or April win, but I'd say she'll be knocking right on that elite. She was super nervous like everyone is at their first meet, and I think now that she understands the way everything goes and kind of how to go about her attempt selections and stuff, she'll definitely be really, really close.
Yeah, there was quite a few people that had improved. Joshua Boyd comes to mind. I think it's about 3 years ago we first saw him do full power, and he needed some work at that point, but he's got better every time we've seen him. The last couple of years, he's getting to be pretty impressive. And Yvette, was it Yvette? Is that how she says her name, Ashley?
It's Yvette Bouchard was her name.
Okay.
Got Masters
Yeah.
Elite
Yes. Yeah, 50 to 54 Masters Elite. That's
very strong.
That is really good. In the 148, she did about I think it's 685.
And she did it without wearing a belt or knee wraps.
Yeah. Raw. Very
Wow.
Yeah, is she from Wilkesboro?
Yeah, she works out at Muzz's.
Yeah,
okay.
she does.
That's what I thought.
She told me that she's become the gym mom out there. She takes care of everybody, cleans up, and does all that good stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a pretty cool lady.
Yeah, and shout out to her and Scott for helping us this weekend. They helped us load trailers and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good deal. And Dale Pierce came down from Virginia. He's steady as a rock. Every time you see him, he's hitting good numbers. And we had a couple come from Ohio. Daniel Klein, he actually ended up dislocating something in his shoulder. I think he had some kind of impingement. Got hurt during his bench press, and he wasn't able to deadlift. But he was having a good day.
He was.
And he had brought his son with him, so we actually had 3 generations there of Kleins lifting at the same meet. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Richard, the oldest, the grandfather, he hit Masters Elite again. I don't know how many times he's done it. This might be the 3rd time, maybe.
77 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
It really is.
And don't leave out John Allen. He was kicking it pretty good too. Moved up to the 220s, and he nearly got that elite number at 220. He'll get it soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, me and him were laughing. I said it's pretty funny that we both only went 1 for 3 on deadlifts, but still upped our total PR.
Yeah.
So.
Well, but
that
bodes well for the future, though.
Yeah. If he can just teach me how to lift, and I'll teach him how to hold on to the bar, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
He lost a couple with that grip yesterday.
Yeah, it took a little bit of him with it too. So.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
I know that aggravated him.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Michael, I heard you and Andrew Henson had a bet going.
Yeah, I'm checking my mailbox any day now. There should be some pretty ripe chicken nuggets in there. I'm not sure how he's going to get them here. And
delicious.
I told him that maybe we can just split maybe a 50 piece for next time I see him. That'll probably work better. So
yeah. That sounds good.
For anyone who doesn't know, the bet was if Michael hit a 405 bench press at this competition or more, that Andrew would send him a box of chicken nuggets through the mail.
Well, I hope he put some dry ice or something.
Yeah,
something in there.
I don't think he realizes just how far away I live from civilization.
Yeah. Those things are going to be cold before they get there.
I don't know. They probably have enough preservatives in them, though. You could still eat them.
Yeah, that's sad but true. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, they sure are good, though.
Yes, sir. Well, how about Michael Belk?
And I finally got to see him lift. I've always heard about the legend.
Oh, have you never seen him before?
No, I haven't. He's always been at the meets and kind of helped load and spot and just hung out some, but I've never seen him lift before.
Yeah, he's
something else.
40, 45, 46 years old, something like that. Hit a 560 bench.
With no wrist straps.
Yeah. Yeah. That is, that's the best I've seen him do in 2 or 3 years. So he's back on the rise. It's good to see him working out hard again. But that is crazy at any age. 560 pound bench press, pure raw.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you see 2 spotters on both sides of a bench press, you know it's some serious weight happening.
Yeah, and it's good to have all the flex bunch too. I mean, Frank Beam, he hit another good weight on a deadlift, 535 pounds.
Yeah,
so
that was a national record and an elite deadlift. So
yeah, and he's had some health issues in the last few weeks, so it was good to see him pull through and be able to do something at the meet, because he's been struggling with a few things.
Yeah. You know, Jason Gooch had a really good day also.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason hit a pretty good weight for him on the deadlifted, 440, Timothy?
Yep.
And that
I think he had a pretty good bench press too.
Yeah, he's always got a good bench press. He's a bench pressing machine.
Yeah, I think the squat was the thing he was most proud of. He hit a 415 on his squat.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. You know, I'm with him a lot over there in Morganton. Me and Timothy go over there. We try to get over there once a week, and Jason has been struggling with his hips for years. A lot of people don't know that, or he'd be further along in his squat than he is. But he's got some hip issues, and so to see him squat 415 Saturday, that's pretty good. His numbers are moving towards the right direction. He's going to get to that elite number before it's over. He's a hard worker.
And we had some younger lifters. Sam Cower, I think his birthday is actually next week, but he was in the youth team 12 to 13, and he was 13 years old. So he was sneaking in another competition to get some records before his birthday.
Yeah, and he got them too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he did.
Yep, Sam, like I said, 12 to 13 in the 148 class. He had a 110 bench and a 210 deadlift. So I think he got those records.
That's pretty good. And he's getting tall too, so the taller he gets, that's the further the weight has to go.
Yep.
The further the bar, you gotta move it. So he did a great job.
And happy birthday to you if you're listening.
All right, happy birthday.
Oh, I told Ryan Gosling I'm gonna take up a fund so we can buy him some new knee wraps. He had those old slingshots he had last year, and he didn't realize it, but they were 2.5 meters, so he just cut half a meter off of them. He still had the same ones this year, so told him I'm gonna save up and help him get some. But his numbers went up.
They did.
Yes.
They really did.
Yes.
He changed. I've been doing helping him with his training and stuff, but he changed a few things up on me just a couple of weeks out, and I think he got back and raised heel shoes and stuff like that, and I think that may have messed with him. But we've got him started in the right direction. It won't be long. He'll be up there. So. Well,
I tell you that he about hit 500. What did he try? 515? I don't remember what it was.
I think it's 505 on his
last 505.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did hit a 480. I believe that's the best we've seen him do. If I'm not mistaken.
I think he PR'd. I think on his squat. I think he hit 415 on his squat, and his bench press went down a little bit. He's changed a few things up on that. I think he's gonna go back to the way he's doing it before, and then his deadlift went up. So he's heading in the right direction. He'll get them all 3 to click, and he'll be there.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out one more lifter, Miss Kimberly Evans. She was in the Masters 50 to 54 Raw, and she's been chasing a 400-pound deadlift, and she hit 370 at the meet.
Well, she's just about there.
She is, and she's had, she broke her ankle like last year, so she had to come back from that, and she also had some surgery on her shoulder, so she's had a lot going on the past few years, and to be so close to 400 again is really cool. She'll get there eventually, I think.
Yeah, she was working real hard last year, and like Ashley said, I think she broke her ankle like the week before Nationals last year.
Yeah.
So,
pretty crazy.
She's had a pretty good comeback.
She's looking strong.
Yep, Josh.
No, go ahead, Keith. You're good.
I was just going to say Joshua Dale, too. I noticed, he hit a 500-pound squat, and he attempted, I don't remember what he attempted, something well over 5 in the deadlift. And I think he had a lot more than 465 in him, but I think he picked a number a little high on that last lift. But he's improving. I mean, every time you see him, his numbers are going up.
And he also had a little...
Tremendously.
Go ahead, Ashley.
No, I just said he's improved tremendously since the first time we saw him, which was just a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You just go by looking at him. He's put on a lot of muscle.
Yeah. I was just going to say he had a little comeback, too, because he tried a 500-pound squat in August, I believe, and missed it. So he came back and got that.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty good push in just a couple of months.
Uh-huh.
Those guys that Stephen Archer brought with him, those young guys,
Oh, yeah.
I
From
think
Cherokee.
Going to do really good, yeah.
They weighed in super light because both those guys are actually real 181 lifters. But since they were coming with a group, they were all traveling the same day. So they were trying to gain weight this week so they would weigh 198.
I was thinking they sure didn't look like they belonged in.
Yeah, I think the heaviest one was like maybe 185 or something. I heard one.
Wow.
But if they were actually in their real weight class, they're some strong boys.
Yeah.
And I think I think they were fairly new too. I know one of the guys had lifted in a few competitions, but I think the other one it was his first.
Well, you wouldn't have really known that because they looked pretty good.
Yeah, Isaiah, they came in, I guess Saturday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And they had pulled up in the parking lot out there and found out they had a flat tire. So they were running around half the evening, I think, trying to find a parts store or something to find something to plug the tire with. They didn't have any spare.
Yeah.
And they spent a lot of time Friday evening trying to get their car going. So I don't know how late they were out, but they shook that off and had a good meet. That was for sure.
They did.
Yeah, I hope they got home okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little drive for them.
Yeah, it is.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If you'd like to, you can sign off and say whatever you want to and leave your social media for people to follow you. So whoever wants to go first. Any takers?
I'll go last, so you guys go ahead.
All right, well go ahead, Megan.
Okay, mine is on Instagram, megan.v.fit. And I don't really have any other words besides that.
Alrighty.
A follower.
Follower. What about you, Cody?
You can follow me at Codeman Smith. That's Instagram and Facebook. You can find me on both of those. So.
All right.
Well, that wraps this up. And once again, thank you for coming on.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
We would also like to thank everyone that came out and supported the meet this weekend. We'd like to thank Muzz's Gym for hosting us. And thank you to all of our loaders, spotters, judges, and helpers Without y'all, we couldn't do any of this. Anyway, this was Iron Boy Meet Recap, and we'll catch you all next time.
Don't forget the IBP Morganton Push-Pull in Morganton, North Carolina on November 10th. For more information about the competition, please visit ironboypowerlifting.com. Please subscribe and thank you for listening. Be sure to follow @IronBoyPowerlifting on social media for all the latest updates.